So hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 64554633728. And should a guy tell his partner that her weight gain is diminishing his desire for her? And the straight answer, I think, is yes. You should find a way to break it to your significant other that this might be a threat to your relationship. Now, before I go too far, I'm going to have to admit that this is something that I kind of did the opposite of. And I was thinking about it, and I guess it's a good reason. The good reason is because I met my significant other at a weight that was not something that I was interested in. As it turns out, she was on a particular diet pill, and this was the smallest she'd ever been. And I was really more attracted to her face, you know. I liked, every time I looked at her face, I thought, wow, she's so pretty. And any thoughts that I had of breaking up with her at the time, especially how she would smile, just went away. So actually, initially, at the beginning, and actually all throughout our relationship, her weight was always on my mind. And to be perfectly honest, it was part of the reason why I can say that I determined at the very beginning that we were not going to get married or anything like that. And yeah, I hoped that I could help her to lose weight. But yeah, that's unfortunately it. I think that lying to your significant other or withholding the truth, even though it may help the relationship, if it's something minor, if it's something major, that cuts to the very foundation of your relationship, such as your desire for the other person, that it's something that we need to be honest to the other person about. The way that society is, it's a lot easier for a woman to tell a man these things, but society is doesn't really look too fondly on a man being honest with his partner, his wife, that hey, this is not something that is helping our relationship, and it might even end our relationship, because that's why I wanted to be with you, because I was attracted to you, and it's changing now, and I don't know that if this continues that we can survive this. A lot of people, especially if the woman is, gained weight during her pregnancy, they're going to say that the man should stand by her, and people might even do that because of the peer pressure of other people, thinking, yeah, look at what you did, in terms of you just abandoned your significant other. But I think a lot of other people, if it's with, not that it's a lot of other people, but I think a lot of men, or at least that's the stereotype again, that many men ditch their wife for somebody who is younger, or they might cheat on their wife for somebody who is younger or thinner or attractive in that way. And I think that it happens. One can't deny that it happens. But I think that people do not realize that women have desires as well, and they have interests as well, especially women who know what they want sexually. They would have potentially a wandering eye, and because as women, women are not supposed to express what they want sexually, and especially if they're a mother, they're not. That society really isn't open to hearing that women are still sexual and still want everything that a man wants. So we wouldn't hear of the women who wander because they see someone else that they find more desirable because of their body and their size and the fact that they're fit, as opposed to their husband who may have gained a lot of weight or something. But at the same time, a woman is allowed to tell her husband, hey, you're getting kind of fat. I mean, we all know how comedians handle that topic, which is that a man can't really argue with his wife. He can't tell his wife anything, otherwise he's going to just get it. And that's how society sees it. You have to be in line, but I think that is a stereotype. One of the things that we have to realize, we don't have to, but one of the things that I realize is that a lot of these jokes that comedians make are not necessarily things that are true or as true as we feel that they might be. For one thing, a lot of women are victims of domestic violence, and that's not something that's really joked about or discussed it isn't really discussed at all, or too much. We only discuss it when we are coming from the perspective of, oh, they're battered women and we need shelters and we need to help society, and we need to protect women, and then okay, we're done with that topic. Now back to the idea that women really rule the home, and women just talk all the time and complain all the time, and men can't do anything about it, and a man can't tell his wife that she's getting too big. And as a matter of fact, now that I think about it, many people might see that as abuse, to tell your wife the truth. And the fact of the matter is, as well, many women can be abused. Many women in abusive relationships, this might be something that they have to contend with, where a man isn't just telling his wife, honey, I love you, and I love our life together, but I think this would really help our relationship. I think there are probably a lot of women who have to endure their husbands telling them exactly what I said, but not in a very nice way. As a matter of fact, people might be men, and maybe even women, might be using words like that, and not even necessarily authentic feelings that, hey, you've gained a little weight or a lot of weight, and it's affecting how I feel about you. People might just using that, stuff like that is actually not even true, to manipulate their partners and to keep them submissive. One of the things that you're told with respect to picking up girls, pickup artists, is to use negs, which are supposed to be like disguised insults to get girls to be submissive, to get women to be submissive. And I'm not talking about this, but to be clear, within the pickup community, I think they really suggest that kind of technique for girls who have what they call the B shield, meaning that girls are constantly hit on all the time, and they have this shield where they will insult anybody who comes up to them because they just, get off of me. So, yeah, it's not to say that they might be really mean. It's just that they have so many people talking to them that they really need to try out and find a way to get people away from them so they don't have as much harassment per se. But it's not really recommended for people who feel poorly about themselves. If you're not like a superstar, a good-looking girl who's constantly being hit on, pickup artists, at least the ones that I know of, one with respect, don't recommend trying to manipulate girls into having a poor sense of self-esteem. So yeah, just a detour there. But yeah, I think that honesty is really good in relationships. As it turns out, in the end, at the end of after our relationship ended, all throughout our relationship, I would gently suggest to my girlfriend and then ex and then whatever, because of course it was like a regular relationship, off and on, and many relationships. I would suggest to her that you could probably attract a whole lot more guys if you decided to work out a bit. It might help. And she tried, but after the first 1 or 2 days with a trainer, she was done. And I don't really blame her, because having lost weight myself, it is very difficult, or it can be made to be very difficult in the way that we try to do it. So yeah, I could see why she stopped. When I gained a lot of weight, and part of it was because of our relationship, and I wanted to lose it, I said, hey, let's go for walks, let's go to the pool and swim. But even something as simple as walking, though, after the third day, she didn't want to do it. Absolutely did not. And I was determined not to stay at that weight. So, I did what I did to lose some of it. Not as much as I'd liked, but a good amount, 30-something pounds. So, yeah. And then in the end, she was interested in starting back up again. And I was like, I have to say that, yeah, at the end of the day, the weight is a problem. So, yeah, we can't get back together. And I'm glad that I told her, but of course, it was not something that she wanted to hear. So we couldn't be friends. But I think she deserved to know that I had a problem with it, even to the point of that. And I'm sorry I hurt her feelings, but I don't know. I think it needs to be done. If someone is doing something that might be detrimental to their health, because she had health issues because of her weight, then I think we shouldn't lie to them and be codependent or be part of a codependent relationship. So anyway, guys, you can wish me luck. You can like or unlike, comment, and maybe you can subscribe or share if you like as well. And of course, you can do nothing. Peace.